Yes, I'm here at Made in Compton store. Getting a gift for my homegirl. Happy birthday. From Made in Compton store. Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Tipsy Tuesday podcast, right here on MICPT Channel 12 Compton. Tonight, we're stepping away from the glass and looking behind the brand. How does one person take an idea, face rejection, take enormous risks, and turn a small operation in Texas into one of the most recognizable vodka brands in America? Tonight, we're talking about the history of Tito's handmade vodka, but more importantly, we're talking about the entrepreneur behind the name. Bert Tito Beverage. This story is about vision, persistence, branding, and believing in the idea when other people don't see it yet. So sit back and listen to the story, and let's get into the history behind the name. But first, we got a short commercial break. This episode of Tipsy Tuesday is brought to you by the Made in Compton store. More than a store, it's a cultural movement. Stop by and discover Compton-inspired clothing, books, collectibles, and more. And remember to say Teddy G after your purchase to receive something free while supplies last. Made in Compton store. Represent the culture. The Tito story starts before Tito became a major brand. According to the company's own history, Bert Tito Beverage began experimenting with vodka infused in the early 1990s, and he eventually became known amongst his friends as the vodka guy. But Tito wasn't originally a professional distiller. His background was in geology and geophysics, and he also worked in the oil and gas industry before moving on to the mortgage business. Then came an idea: build a distillery in Texas. That sounds simple today, but in the mid 1990s, Texas didn't have a modern legal operation distillery, and it looked like the vision that Tito envisioned was a far fetched dream. But in 1995, he obtained the permits he needed to operate the company, described as the first Texas legal operation distillery. The lesson here is bigger than the product. Sometimes entrepreneur starts with somebody that looks at something and say it doesn't exist yet, so why I can't build it. We're about to go to another commercial break.
Yes, I'm here at Made in Compton store. Getting a gift for my homegirl. Happy birthday. From Made in Compton store. Yeah.
You're listening to Tipsy Tuesday on MICPT Channel 12 Compton, and this show is about stories, history, business, culture, and people behind the names we recognize. And when you finish listening, check out MICPT ecosystem and see what's happening at the Made in Compton store and the MICPT Media Hub. Back to the story. Now, here where the story gets interesting. Tito didn't have a giant corporation standing behind him. According to Tito's official timeline, he struggled to find investors and eventually financed his dream through his personal credit and help from friends. He was essentially betting on himself. In 1997, after years of experimentation and refining the recipe, the first case of Tito's handmade vodka was sold. Think about that. A business that would eventually become nationally recognized started with one case. That is an important lesson to anybody trying to build something today. You don't have to always start with 1,000 customers. You may just start with one customer, one sale, one supporter, one person who tells somebody. And that's how momentum begins. Tito also made an important branding decision. Instead of trying to look expensive like premium vodka on the shelf, the brand embraced a simple bottle with straightforward presentation. And the company says the goal was to focus on what was inside rather than spending heavily on fancy packaging. That's branding. Sometimes standing out doesn't mean being louder. Sometimes it means being different. We're about to go to another quick commercial break.
Hey, it's Teddy G, your friendly neighborhood bear from the Made in Compton store, here to spread love and good vibes.
Back here on Tipsy Tuesday. If you're a creator, a musician, a podcaster, a filmmaker, or somebody with a story to tell, check out the MICPT Media Hub. Record it, create it, mix it, master it, build your vision, and sell it here at the Made in Compton store. The MICPT Media Hub is where Compton creators can turn ideas into content and content into money. And now back to the story. Getting his first product out the door was only the beginning. Tito had to compete in a crowded market. The company started locally in Austin, Texas, building relationships with bars, restaurants, stores, and customers. Then came a major turning point. In 2001, Tito won recognition at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. What kind of recognition helped bring attention to the brand like Tito and beyond? And this is where the business lesson gets powerful. Recognition doesn't usually create the foundation. The foundation comes first. Tito had already begun spending years developing the product, getting permits, and building an operation, selling locally, and convincing people that give a brand a chance. The award helped amplify what was already being built. That's something entrepreneurs can learn from. Don't wait for everybody to believe in you before you start your idea. Build something worth believing in. Then let the results speak for itself. Over the years, Tito grew from a small Texas operation to a nationally recognized brand. The company continued to be based in Austin, Texas, and its official history includes now decades of growth and philanthropic work. We're about to go to another quick commercial break.
Did you ask though? Did you? Did you ask about the 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. the secret deal? Oh, don't be moving too fast though. Walk right in like you already know. Walk in chill like what's the deal? They might smile like it's real. Oh, it's real. No live signs, no big display. But the ones who ask get blessed that day. Try and save while you look fly too. Whole outfit got a vibrant new. Don't be shy. Just ask one time. You might walk out feeling extra fine. Friend respect. Wait, you didn't ask? Did you ask though? Don't miss out. 2 p.m., 5 p.m. flow. Every day made it count still. Now you know.
This is Tipsy Tuesday podcast on MICPT Channel 12 Compton. And tonight's story isn't really about the bottle, it's about the dream. It's about someone seeing an opportunity, facing rejection, figuring out the rules, building something from the ground up, and refusing to quit. Stay with us as we bring it home. So, what can we actually learn from the history of Tito's? Lesson 1, start with what you have. Tito didn't begin with a giant corporation. He started small. Lesson 2, learn your industry. When the system didn't have an obvious path for what he had wanted to build, he studied the regulations and pursued the permits. Lesson number 3, don't let rejection make a decision for you. Investors said no. That didn't automatically mean the idea was bad. Sometimes no means you need a better plan. Lesson number 4, branding matters. Tito didn't try to hide simple beginnings. The company turned simplicity into part of its identity. And lesson number 5, your first success doesn't have to be your biggest success. The first case wasn't the finish line. It was proof of the concept. From there, the brand kept growing. And that's the part of the story that matters for anybody watching MICPT Channel 12 Compton. Whether you're building a clothing brand, a podcast, a recording studio, a restaurant, a nonprofit, a production company, or something that nobody's seen before, you have to start somewhere. You don't need everybody to understand your vision. You need enough courage to take the first step. And that's the history behind Tito's Handmade Vodka. From personal experiment in the early 1990s to a licensed Texas distillery to the first case sold in 1997 to a nationally recognized brand. The story is really a lesson in entrepreneurship. Not every idea begins with a major company, but every major company begins with an idea. This has been Tipsy Tuesday podcast right here on MICPT Channel 12 Compton. Remember, we're not just talking about products. We're talking about the stories behind them. We're talking about the business. We're talking about the culture. And we're talking about what happens when somebody decides to believe in their vision. I'm your host, and we'll see you next time. Tune in tomorrow night to MICPT Channel 12 Compton for the Game Ain't Safe podcast. Peace.
And I connect city, where the Made in Compton store serves the world. Welcome to the city where the champs are born, where the streets breathe strength and the legends are sworn. Venus and Serena hit the court with the silver, gold, and bronze. Taught the world how to serve where the champions desire. Future presidents walk these blocks. Visionaries with dreams bigger than the city blocks. From the pen to the mic to the boardroom door, Compton raised leaders and the world wants more. It's the Made in Compton store, where culture and hustle meet at the core. Print, radio, visuals, we done. Rolling to one in the city of the sun. From Dre's beats to K-Dot's charisma, we thrive off struggle, not chasing fame. Entrepreneurs, actors, the real deal crew. If you made it from here, the world saluting you. Intervention ain't foreign, it's born in the CPT. From garage studios to boardrooms on repeat. Ideas championed with innovation, turn pain into purpose and challenges into victories. We storytelling designs with service and edified. Every garment speaks truth, it's a cultural guide. Legacy emits in every shelf and floor. You don't just shop, you witness love.
Compton ain't just a place, it's the proof that out the concrete grows an unstoppable truth. From curb to Congress, from grind to grace, we export courage no matter the race.
Yeah, it's the Made in Compton store. More than merch, it's memories in motion. Adore support from wisdom.
It's a great deal, guys. And you get more stuff.
Every clothing and accessory, so when you walk in, stand tall, feel love. You're stepping in a city that birthed the next frontier. So here's the Compton, no cap, no pity. It's the heart, the
Please,
soul, the renaissance.
Compton Cup made in Compton in California. Yeah, get your baby one of these because we have lots of them. Lots of them and different colors.